All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the start of this new series I'm doing called How I Made This Beat. I'm using MPC software 1.9.6. Uh, I would use later versions, but a lot of people out there are still using 1.9.6. And when I made this beat, I really had to figure everything out. So, this is a little instructional tutorial, more or less like an overview of how I made this particular beat. It's a little bit different, and I'm using filtering on my sample. So if y'all like the '90s feel, the '90s era sound, like something like Pete Rock, how he did a lot of his beats, you might get a better understanding how to do that on the MPC software 1.9.6. All right, so here we go. First off, I'm gonna let you hear the sample and how the sample is playing and everything. Nice jazzy vibe. So I just took that little piece and I EQ'd it a little bit before it went into the software. A lot of times I'll throw on a record and let it play and just EQ it while I'm listening to it. And I say, I could pull this out of this. I could take this chunk right here and put it together with a beat and everything. So I took that sample, EQ'd it, pre-EQ'd it before it went into the sampler, right? Now I turned around and made this beat from for this artist named Luck Chizzle. It's a song called Hustler's Anthem, and here's a piece of it right now.
Another day, another dollar. Another play, another call. To my hustlers everywhere, get your money. Rain, sleet, hail, snow, flip it till the sun. And stay consistent with the product on the scene. Liquid green pills, powder, keep your shit supreme. To my hustlers everywhere, get your money. Rain, sleet, hail, snow, flip it till the sun. And stay consistent with the product on the scene. Liquid green pills, powder, keep your shit supreme. Objective is the double up. Whatever's touched must go as fast as possible.
The link for the song is in the description. Check out my guy Luck Chizzle. He got some good records, and the project he did, Dark Days, Sunny Nights. I did the whole project, so if you get a chance to check that out, go ahead and peep it out. Now back to this particular beat. All right, so I took the sample and separated into two samples. See, two samples, highs and lows, highs and lows. Now you can do that pretty easy, like by going here, right up here, to where program edit, and there's a sample right here, and you would go down here. This particular sample right here is on the highs. So that was the main sequence. Listen to this. So I have it chopped up in these little pieces right here, and I made the sample high. Right? So I did that by going to program edit and using the filter right here where it says filter. Now to select it, you see that particular pad is selected right there. Right here. That particular pad is selected, and I changed the name to sample high, right? And so with this, you can move these knobs, and the filter, I put it on high 8, so it will block out all the low frequencies and just let the high frequencies pass. Okay? It's like a high pass filter. So we got that particular part. When we go back here, we hit it. And also what I did, I went in here, up here, to the channel mixer, and let's see. No, I went to the pad mixer, right? So I put this right directly on uh the sample. I put a delay, mono delay right on the sample. So when you hit it, it's got that delay. Like when I turn it off, you can hear it. But then I turn it on, we get this effect. All right. A nice jazzy horn stab coming through there. It really works really well with the beat, right? So when you play the beat, so you can hear how I broke it up. All right. I did like this. Right? And then I had, let's go to the other track. This is the hook track sequence, right? And then for the verse, I have the lows, sample lows. And then, I did that same way, but then you go to the program mixer and you got your sample, right? And like I did on the other one, scroll down here and I put it on low 8. So we blocking out all the high frequencies and just leaving the low frequencies coming through. So you get that nice rumble, you know what I mean? And then you adjust it here with the resonance and the cutoff and everything like that. So, all right, so I put the two together. All right. This is pretty much just the overview. I'm not really getting into too much detail on this video. Just an overview of how I made this particular beat. All right, then let me see. I went and just tapped out some simple drums. All right, and the tempo is pretty slow. I got a BPM at 68.2. Tempo is pretty slow. It's more of a laid back, jazzy type of feel. And a lot of songs I'm hearing with that laid back, real slow tempo, but it still bangs. You know what I'm saying? It's like some 90s hard hip hop, 90s head nod type stuff. Let me see what drums I use. I got some gritty drum sound. I didn't put no hi-hats in there because I felt like for this particular beat, the hi-hats may take away of the raw grittiness, the jazziness, so I left the hi-hats out just for that reason. The feel that I'm going for was more or less like a gritty 90s hip-hop type vibe to it. All right. So when we put it all together, oh, you know what? I'm gonna hit you with the intro too. Let me see. The intro, I had the samples, the high samples, doing like I did before, right? I just have the intro come in like. Yeah, so that's a nice little intro. You could talk over at the beginning, and let's just go back to that sample so you can hear how I put it all together. Right? Just listening to this sample, you can imagine different things that you can do with this particular sample just by listening to it. If you're listening to old records and old stuff that you can sample, you already making the beat in your head as soon as you hear it. You know, that for me, that's what I'm doing. So while I'm just playing a record, I might be, doing other things, just listening for that little something that might catch me, and I'll say, "Oh, there it is. That's it." I can just put that together. All right. So here's a sample again. Jazzy, just like a nice jazzy sample. Boom, I took that, put it all together, and the finished product is this beat you have here.